Oh, thank you. Yeah. So I presented about what I have studied in terms of consent education in social dance class, because I had an experience when I was teaching social dance, which was I would have about 40 students of various backgrounds from many different countries, speaking many languages. In my class, we would learn cultural and folk dance forms, and then we'd study like American ballroom and other social dances from other regions of the globe, like cha-cha, salsa, bachata, merengue, and just teach the students how to create appropriate physical connections with each other through movement and rhythm and the cultures of these dances. But I always had a rule that students had to say yes to every invitation to dance. And I'd have the boys ask the girls, and sometimes I'd have the girls ask the boys, or sometimes I'd just say, anybody ask anybody. But I wanted it to feel safe. I wanted, you know, my middle school students to feel safe developing these social skills that are very new for an adolescent. And one day a girl came up to me and she said, I really can't dance with that boy. And I, you know, immediately my like teacher voice was like, well, that's the rule and that's what you have to do. But when I looked over her shoulder and saw who she was dancing with, I actually wouldn't want to dance with him either. I love all my students, but I also have to develop trust with my students. And this was a student who exhibited some bad behaviors. So it was a moment when I realized that social dance provided an opportunity to teach consent education, that you when you're uncomfortable and you notice that in your body you are uncomfortable, you get to have a voice and say, no, I don't want to do that.
I think that's a very important thing to talk about as well, because as dancers and as human beings, there's this issue of consent that we are facing today. And just being able to use movement and, you know, this idea of embodied experience to teach students what consent means and how important it is to ask for consent in their adulthood particularly, I think puts us in a space where we can actually make a huge difference in the world, but in the lives of these teenagers, because it's kind of tough today with everything that we're being exposed to. It's kind of tough to know what's the right answer and what's the right choice to make. And it's important for us to be able to guide people. So